Okay, for today's warm-up, I'm going to have you find the length of this line segment AB using the distance formula where you plug in the coordinates into this formula for X and Y. First step, I'm going to have you write the coordinates of both points. So again, know your coordinates. So A, that's the coordinate 2 for X and 1 for Y. Over 2, up 1. B is over 4, 4 for X, down 3, negative 3 for Y. I want you to label X and Y. Now to make sure that you plug in the correct points into this formula, I'm going to have you physically connect the two X coordinates and the two Y coordinates. If you connect these two numbers, that will help you remember that these two numbers go together in this distance formula. Connecting the Y numbers, the Y coordinate numbers, show you that these go together in this formula. So please physically connect those. Now I want you to pick a direction to subtract and stay consistent. I want you to subtract the same direction for both the X and the Y coordinates. So when I plug them in to this distance formula to find the length of AB, because it's not a straight segment and I can't count boxes, that will be 2 minus 4 squared plus, always plus, 1 minus a number that's already negative. That is a double negative right there. If you're subtracting 1 minus a number that's already negative, that is 1 minus minus 3. That is a double negative. You got to be careful there. Using the distance formula with negative coordinates, you will have to catch that double negative. So when I finish this out, that gives me the square root of 2 minus 4 still. I'm not going to simplify that yet. Plus 1 plus 3. Really important. That's not subtracting 3 squared. 2 minus 4 gives me negative 2 squared. Put parentheses around it to show you that you're multiplying two negative 2's. Plus 4 squared. Since 4 is positive, don't feel the need to put the parentheses around it. Remember, negative 2 squared is negative 2 times another negative 2. That gives me positive 4. 4 squared is 4 times another 4, and that gives me 16. Just remember, never do you multiply the base times the power. You would never multiply 4 times 2 right there. That is a common mistake. Do not do that. So 4 to the second power is not 8. It is 16. I still have my radical. Do not drop your radical. That gives me the square root of 20, or if I use my calculator to find the actual decimal number, that gives me 20. That shows me that is 4.47. So the length of this line segment is about 4.5 boxes long. If I was to simplify this radical, which I'm expecting you know how to do, 20 is made up of 4 times 5. 4 is used because it is a perfect root number, and then you split it into half, root 4 times root 5. You square root that 4, and you leave the 5 alone. So I am going to go over simplifying radicals a little bit later this week, but for now, if you wrote 20, that's fine. If you broke it down into 2 root 5, that is fine. Don't use 10 times 2. Remember, those would not work. All right, good luck.